Welcome, welcome. I am Annie Soul, and this is Living with Soul, where we discuss everything transformation from victim to victor, one thought at a time. Missed my little intro because it's clever and it's also accurate. It's also very much what we're here to do: transform from victim to victor. Something that I learned back when I was taking course, I was learning about Raja Yoga. Something they said, it will stick with me forever. And they said the self-doubt that you have when facing any situation is something that comes up when you forget your relationship to spirit. Think about that. Think about how powerful that is. I'm on different parts of the internet, and on one side, people seem to be very fearful, very worried about everything that's going on the world stage, wondering whether or not the eclipse is going to be the end as we know it, or whether anything is going to be really done about all of the disclosure that's happening in celebrity culture. And on the other side, there's a tribe, there's a community of people who are focusing now more than ever to come into alignment with their true authentic selves, choosing to focus on things like financial wealth through law of attraction, through manifestation. And as I sit and observe the two sides, I can see how connected they are. I believe that you cannot manifest without a connection to spirit. But first, manifestation is something that is constantly happening. It isn't something that only occurs when you're conscious of it, when you're aware of it. It's something that we do in our every waking moment. And in order to understand that, you first have to understand that when you are aligned with the soul, that's when you are aligned with the spirit, with God, the divine. When you are acting in accordance with the body, that's when you are aligned with the ego. There's two concepts that we would discuss in course, and that is body consciousness and soul consciousness. These are two different ways of differentiating basically the difference between the ego and being aligned with spirit. So when we experience things like fear and worry and doubt, those are manifestations of us aligning or resonating more with the body, with what the ego is saying. The ego wants to protect the body, keep the body feeling comfortable and safe, often playing small and playing within the limitations of what the human mind can conceptualize. But the soul, the spirit, when we are soul conscious, when we are spiritually aligned, we sit in remembrance of the divine, of the supreme soul, and all of the virtues that we inherently have within our soul excuse me, become all there really is. When you are sitting in that energy, when you're sitting in that higher frequency, that higher vibration, there cannot be any resonance with anything like doubt or worry, because there is fulfillment, there's inner fulfillment. There's no longer a state of desire, there's no longer expectation. When you are sitting in front of spirit, sitting with spirit, and you're remembering the truth of spirit, you realize that everything is within you. Therefore, there is no lack. There's only an abundance of virtue, of love, of true love. That's when you see how worthy you are and how much a gift, how much of a blessing that your existence truly can be. When we fall into the body consciousness, into the world of desire, we worry, when will I achieve this thing? How will I get to this next step? There's all this doubt. The mind becomes trapped by worries, by thoughts of bodily limitation, of worldly limitations that say you cannot experience this without having that, or you cannot go there without being here first. You know what I mean? Like, anything that we experience is directly related to what it is that we believe. And so our experience is not limited by physical law, it's expanded by metaphysical laws and natural law. So when you hear people like Neville Goddard talking about how you have to feel the creation or the presence of the desire before you can align with it, and you go into worrying about how is this going to work out, that is self-doubt. That is the forgetting the presence of spirit. That is forgetting the power that is already within you. If you can remember that everything is within, that spirit loves you unconditionally, that love focuses or brings out more and more virtue from you. It brings out how loving you are, how tolerant you are, how compassionate you are, how empathetic you are, how great of a listener you are. All of these amazing, amazing virtues that are inherently within your soul, which we can remember when we ignore the ego's self-criticism, the ego's voice that says, you haven't met these expectations, you haven't done these things, you are not worthy. That is not truth. Truth is love. It's all sort of related, it's all connected. And if you are someone who is desperately trying to manifest a certain outcome, first come out of that desperation and return to that inner peace. Return to that connection with spirit. And in that connection, you'll be able to recognize that there is nothing to doubt, that there is nothing to fear. It is already within you. You are already allowed to experience this abundance. And whether or not it happens exactly the way that you would like for it to happen, there is still love here. You are still loved. You are still worthy. You will always have these virtues within you. Just sit in that feeling. Sit in the acceptance of that. Sit in the peace of that. That is the feeling that you seek. That is the state that you seek to be in at all times. in order to experience true heaven. It always starts within. It always starts within. Thank you so much for watching. Let's talk again soon. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I'm sending you all the love. Om Shanti.